My name is Maura Hollister. I work at CU Boulder in the engineering department in electrical engineering, and this is paperless advising techniques. So there were a couple problems I was trying to solve. There was an issue with continuity between advisors. We've had a lot of advisors in our office. One advisor left, so then I was left without documentation for a lot of things because all of that content was all stuck in this other advisor's email. So I didn't have access to any of that. So one of the things that really pushed all of this, especially the DocuSign petition forms, was getting documentation and having it in a centralized place for the advisors in the department. So should someone leave, someone should be out. During drop-in advising, when we just see students on a one-off basis, we have access to everyone's files, regardless of who's physically in the office at that point. And then also, we just have a lot of students. So we're trying to figure out how we can best serve our students without printing out so much paper. Right, so one of the things that I decided to do when I started was kind of just streamline all of the things that we used in paper and what could we turn into an online form. We did away with a lot of our paper forms and we transitioned them into DocuSign forms or some kind of electronic versions. And then we also did away with our paper degree plans and we started using dry erase versions of those. And then we started using Google Drive a lot more so we can do online degree planning instead of having to print out everything and write everything down on paper and then cross things out if they get messed up, and we can just edit it all online. And advising is very paper heavy. We can't remove all the paper from advising, unfortunately, but it was as much as we could, right? The one thing that's happening is that we're not printing out just hundreds and hundreds of degree curriculum flowcharts that just get thrown away, right? I would mark them up with a student in their appointment, and then I would literally watch them walk out of my office and throw it away in the recycling bin. So another thing that I'm seeing with the online degree plans is that students are taking a lot more ownership over their own degree, which encourages their own self-authorship, which is a student development theory that I'm really passionate about. So that's one thing that I'm really seeing, that students are taking the ownership over their own academic careers and then coming to me for advice instead of coming to me for the actual planning part of it. So they're taking more ownership of that, which I really enjoy. And then the other thing is that it's a lot easier to route a lot of these petitions through email rather than having students have a piece of paper and walk around to multiple faculty offices. Sometimes it needs multiple signatures, and the engineering center on CU Boulder's campus is a really confusing building. So it's really hard for students to navigate that whole building and find all these places to get signatures. So having it in DocuSign is really easy just to route between all the people. We get all the signatures that we need. We see where it stops. It's really seamless, so papers don't get lost between the shuffle, students don't get lost within the engineering center, and then that just kind of gets around the whole building a lot quicker. Everything that we've done has been within permissions that the university already has. Boulder campus already has access to DocuSign, so it wasn't any kind of extra expense for me to do that. It was just, me working with OIT to set that up. CU Boulder also uses Google. We already had access to all of that, so it wasn't that much that we needed to actually purchase to get this process up and running. Doing the online degree plan saves me a lot of time and allows me to have the kinds of advising conversations with students that I want, which is just really important for me as an advisor who wants to encourage self-authorship in my students. To just have them be a part of the process, having them make their own careers is really great.